Hello everyone. So my honors project is going to be the design of accessible Storybook Trail. Initial inspiration for this, about a week before the semester started, I went for a walk at Wolf Run Regional Park here in Mount Vernon, and I was so excited when I discovered they'd installed a storybook trail with the book Fiona the Hippo, and there's a picture of that in the upper right there. This was the first time I'd seen or heard of this idea, and I just thought it was so wonderful, just the combination of taking a picture book but turning it into a journey by spreading it out on stakes on this pathway. And I've always loved children's literature and just loved exploring, just walking outside. So the combination of those two things in such a simple way, I just fell in love with it. And it wasn't long before I was like, I wonder if I can do something with this, my honors project, which I'm supposed to be starting this semester. And just in my initial Googling, I discovered that there's actually been several installations of storybook trails in Ohio at state parks and regional parks. The state parks installation is a partnership between the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and the Ohio Imagination Library. And I'm an intervention specialist major, so I was thinking of how can I adapt this to my major, and in conversation with my mentor, I formed my research question, which is how can a storybook trail be made accessible to children with various developmental disabilities? So my project medal is application and creative work, as I'm designing the storybook trail with adaptations and additions for children with a variety of disabilities. In the event that I actually got this installed, I would do some research about participants' engagement with it. And this I would do through an online survey accessed by QR code at the end of the trail, possibly select interviews. These are just some of the main components I consider when I'm making this design accessible. So visual impairments, the inclusion of Braille, which has been done with some storybook trails, and I'm looking into that. Orthopedic impairments, so ensuring that the trail itself it'd have to be paved and flat, on a flat surface so that it's wheelchair accessible and safe for those with physical impairments. Autism spectrum disorder, so looking more at the sensory environment, and then what I'm going to include in the picture book itself. Hearing impairments, the inclusion of read aloud or audio through QR codes, and then also considering intellectual disabilities. So how am I going to turn this vision into a reality? There's really four major components, which would be the planning and design, which I'm moving into for next semester, and then finding partnerships and resources to help with installation, which would be the next component, and then the data collection. So for the planning design, as I've already mentioned, I'm going to be incorporating universal design principles. So I've been researching those and thinking about the different ways I'm going to incorporate those into this storybook trail. And then I need to select a picture book because that's what I'm going to be basing my adaptations on. And then also experimenting with accessible book design through digital formats. So some of the specific adaptations I'm going to want to include are ASL accompanying videos, American Sign Language, and audio. And this would be through QR codes that would link to a video. Extension activities that go along with the story or location, like I said, possibly including Braille, and then interactive elements as well. And this is a picture of just one of the stakes at Dillon State Park, which I visited. For partnerships and resources, I'm looking into partnerships with local and environmental parks, then also partnerships for the literacy side of it. So Ariel Foundation Park is a possibility, Brown Family's Environmental Center, also NVNU Connections, and haven't really gotten to this step yet, but it's definitely something I'm moving into. And then the Public Library of Knox County, Mount Vernon, or the Friends of the Library. I really want this to be something that's local for the local Knox County community. And then this is a step I haven't gotten thorough ideas into yet, but I definitely would like to do an online survey so that I can reflect and have data for my research question and possibly select interviews. Looking into that. My tentative timeline as I already mentioned, my immediate next step is to select a picture book and experiment with accessible book designs in a digital format. For next semester, I really want to dig into creating adaptations and extensions and have a design draft, a digital design draft. Over the summer, I'd like to visit some of the storybook trails at the state parks to gather ideas and also really make connections, so reaching out to possible partners. That is my goal for this summer. In fall 2021, I would like to have established an installation plan and then have done grant writing and fundraising activities. Like I said, this is tentative, so we'll see how far I can progress through this, but this is my ambitious goals. And then spring, my last semester is where it would be wonderful if the trail could actually be installed. And then in that case, I'd have an opening event, and that is where I would do some of the data collection. That was my timer to tell me my time's up. So thank you so much. And that is all I have.